Hello and welcome to the One Time Podcast. My name is Miriam. I'm the host in this podcast where I share time management tips with you, my own struggles, and how I solve them or not solve them to help you find your way to feel good and stress-free productivity. And for today's episode, I would like to share my December experience with you, because in December, I found myself in the position of working way too much and I didn't respect my own boundaries, and I didn't really, or at least not always, stick to the things that I teach, that I know are good. And that was not good. And I'm sharing this with you because it reminded me of the fact that the things that I teach work, because if I don't follow them, it doesn't work. So here is what kind of happened in December. If you are following me on LinkedIn, then maybe you know that I wrote a book. I wrote a book for PhDs. I call it the PhD Journal. And in that book, I'm guiding you or the reader through 45 weeks of exploring productivity methods, time management methods, mindfulness practices, so that everything gets implemented step by step, by step, by step, week after week. So not everything at once, but at a good pace. And I'm super excited about that book. It's been a project. I think I started 3 years ago, and it kind of feels like a second dissertation. And the edits were done, so the text is done. The text is how it's going to be. But what is missing is the layout. So having it nice and pretty and for you to actually use it, because in that book, the layout will actually play a big role, because it's also kind of a calendar, a journal. So it's not just going to be the text, but it's also going to be, space to reflect and write and doodle, if you like. In December, I started with the layout. I was a bit hesitant and a bit okay, can I do this? Am I good enough for this? I mean, I wrote my bachelor thesis. I did that on Word. Then my master's thesis, my doctorate thesis, both on LaTeX. I never know how to pronounce that one. Anyways, but neither felt really good for the journal. So I was looking for something else, and then I found another program, and then I got started and I got hooked so much. I could have spent all day, every day, from morning to evening to late evening doing this layout, because I loved it so much. I loved seeing it grow. I loved seeing another page and another page and another page. I love the fonts. I love the colors. I love the ideas that came to me when designing it. And I was just ignoring basically everything. I was ignoring not working too many hours. I was ignoring taking breaks. I was ignoring actually making a good plan for my week, so that the things that I want to get done, because I was just okay, I want to do this. I want to do this, and I don't want to do anything else until it's done. And while maybe you know that. It kind of felt good, because I'm not done, but I just loved it so much that I just couldn't stop. And maybe you've had periods in your PhD or in your work where you were working on something that you just loved it and you couldn't stop, and you were so excited. And so that maybe you also worked a bit too much. While that worked for some time, yes, we can work too much for some periods of time. It's not really healthy if we do it for longer periods of time. And it doesn't matter how much we love what we do, we can still not see the line. I mean, there is so many other jobs where this happens, be it nurses, be it people taking care of other people. Like whenever someone sees meaning in it, protecting the environment, protecting human rights, or I don't know, doing good customer service, whatever it is that we see our why in, or doing research, being in the lab and just another sample and maybe another experiment, or maybe just another variety or whatever it is, right? Whenever we see meaning in something and we want to do it very good and we love it, then it can so easily happen that we overdo it, that we work too much, that we forget about other things that are important, like taking a break, taking a screen break, doing yoga after work or before dinner, instead of, I could just squeeze in another hour and then make lunch and not do any sports. While it was good in the sense of that I made a lot of progress and I'm really proud of it, I also know that it wasn't healthy for me. And I also know that because when the Christmas break came, mentally, I had such a hard time stopping. I had such a hard time not opening my computer. Like, I really had this inner fight of, okay, you are taking a break now because you are tired and you worked so many hours in December, and this break is going to be good. You're going to get a fresh perspective and all of the things that I know in theory. It was really hard to remind myself of them. After the Christmas break, I got sick, which I think was like, I don't know, my body telling me, if you can't take that break, then I'm going to take that break for you. As like a service reminder. Thank you very much. And and that just reminded me of that the systems that I have in place work so well if I stick to them, and that everything falls on my feet if I don't follow them. And that was a good lesson for me to learn again. And I'm sure it's not going to be the last time that I'm learning my own lessons. I keep learning my own lessons. So now in January, I'm back to my routine. I'm back to, for example, planning my week in advance, sitting down on Friday, having an attention for the next week. What are my most important to-dos? What will move me forward? What will make me feel good? What will make other people feel good? How can I make sure I take care of myself? How can I make sure that I take care of my business holistically and not just in one unit or in one direction, which was the PhD journal. In a week, every evening, I sit down, I reflect on what I did, I choose what's most important for the next day, and I have this routine of daily reflection looking forward. And then when I'm working in units to make sure that I take breaks, and I set myself a limit for how many hours or how many units I'm going to work every day to make sure that there's also room for the other parts in my life that are important to me, like doing sports, being with my partner, calling a friend, meeting a friend, making home-cooked dinner. And if you are in a place like that, then maybe we consider that you will get just as much done if you're taking breaks. It's going to be more sustainable because you won't burn out and then having to take a break, or your brain just not being as sharp as it could be, and then things take longer. And maybe you know that story. And I just wanted to share that with you, also for you to know that I'm still learning. I'm still falling into the traps that I'm very well aware of. And then I need to learn the lesson again. Sit down, be like, okay, Miriam, you know how it's done. Let's get back on track. With that, I hope you could take something out of this episode. Please let me know in the comments. Have you experienced periods like that? How did you leave them? How did you feel when you were in them? How did you feel afterwards? Would you do it again like that? Or is there something that you maybe would do differently next time? And then, please subscribe to my show, to this podcast. Leave a review, leave a heart, leave whatever you want to leave. With that, thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for your time. And then I wish you all the best. And take care and goodbye. Yours, Miriam.